Hello everyone, it's Crystal Ether here. Celebrating the coming of spring is the West Sector, debuting a cool attribute set with some gorgeous attire. This set has the same skill set as Halloween South, making Spring West a nice side grade to the wedding version. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that each hero plays the exact same role. Let's take a look, shall we? Before we begin, I just want to make a note that if you really like the card, then go for it. This is a single player game, so you should enjoy your roster how you like. Whether you're joining me here or later in the video, let's get started. The first West Mentor comes in with offensive support, specifically the same as Halloween Oscar's skill set. This card synergizes well with Lost Zero Brad despite the attribute difference, and it's hard to go wrong with the wide variety of buffs that this key card provides to the team. The recommendations here are going to be the same as the one's first Lost Zero card, as both cards play a supporting role. Heath's Valentine's Welfare Frame provides a flat critical rate buff that is applied alongside his stacking buff, and his Wedding Welfare Frame can maximize the critical damage stacking buff much faster. The benefits and drawbacks for his Casino Welfare Frame are the same, with a decent boost to critical rate and critical damage for the team, but the passive HP boost won't apply to this key. Lastly, you can't go wrong with the Hunting Frame for the significant echo damage it provides for every normal attack, with this key's high attack stat as a 4-star card. Hopefully, this mentor will get some more support-oriented frames in the future. With the standard party-wide heal and BP gauge generation, this junior card should be valued more on his art, as this version doesn't bring anything significant to a late game team. Both of his skills can be easily replicated by free frames, so there isn't anything exclusive to this card. As a supporter, Junior's Rocker Frame provides passive BP generation that can help support Faith, the DPS hero of the team, in launching as many burst skills as he can within damage windows. His 3-star Cheerleader Frame is a viable choice to support his fellow rookies with the 2 special attack orbs it provides to the team, and his Valentine's Gotcha Frame can enable quick clears with a large boost to both Junior and the target's critical damage stat. Spring Dino is a side grade to his wedding version that can provide better support to the main DPS depending if a bleed damage modifier is already present, as the defense down debuff is powerful with 100% uptime at max limit break, 1 turn initial cooldown aside. However, his Spring card cannot consider a DPS role due to its skill set sitting apart from his bleed-centric wedding card. Thankfully, Dino's current library of 4-star frames aren't required to support his team. You can't go wrong with Dino's Chapter 13 frame, as it's very difficult to beat 3 special attack orbs on demand as of this video, and is somewhat accessible due to its rarity. If for some reason you need more healing alongside utility, then his Halloween Welfare Frame accomplishes that, and gives all allies 2 special attack orbs too. DJ Beam's first 4-star welfare card debuts with a strong critical-centric kit to boost his BP gauge, borrowing from Halloween Will to become a DPS juggernaut in his own right with great skill effect uptime. While Faith should have had Valentine Ash's skill set to cement his place in the DPS role, this skill set works well enough for newbies and experienced players alike. Faith takes on a support role in many of his cards, so finding a useful frame to support his damage potential can be difficult. His 4th birthday frame, while limited, provides a level 2 stacking buff for both his critical damage and burst damage stats, the latter which this Faith card will highly appreciate as is not part of his skill set. With the healing effects that Dino and Junior have, Faith's wedding frame is another offensive choice to provide a significant boost to his BP gauge and 3 special attack orbs, but you may need to adjust your full auto setup to avoid wasting BP generation depending on how your hero's burst skill windows line up. The critical damage passive on this frame is also significant, increasing Faith's overall DPS. For a budget-friendly option, his Rocker Frame provides a damage modifier against brave enemies and a level 1 stacking attack buff, plan around the initial and regular cooldowns, which prevent the buffs from capping by the end of a 15-turn boss battle. Spring West is a viable substitute or side grade to Wedding West cards like Keith depending on your roster, and providing the main DPS card as a welfare unit is an excellent choice for new players who need an extra oomph to clear content and speed up their account's progress. The Cool Element has very few strong DPS carries, so I highly recommend players to grab at least 1 copy of him before the event ends. That's all for this analysis. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video.